What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review, and this time we're taking a look at the 2022 Terror Train remake, a Tubi original movie. All right, let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. I don't really have a lot to say about this movie. I think the 2002 Terror Train remake is a piece of crap. I thought this movie was flat out just dull and boring. Everything that was good about that original 1980s movie is not here in this 2002 movie. This movie looks too clean. It looks too polished. It doesn't have that grime and gritty. It doesn't have that grime and gritty feel of the 80s movie. This feels like a modern This feels like a modern movie, and I just don't like the way modern horror movies look sometimes. Sometimes they look too clean. Sometimes they look too fake looking, and this looks fake looking. Now, granted, it is a movie that was made by a streaming service, so you get what you get. But even horror movies made by streaming services can have some quality to them. For example, Little Monsters was made by Hulu, and I thought that was a good movie. That was a good looking movie. This looks cheap. This looks like everything was made for $1.75. The blood looks like red paint that you can buy at a hardware store. The costumes look like something you'd see at Spirit Halloween. There's no uniqueness to them at all. Like one of the good aspects of the original Terror Train movie was that the killer would hide in plain sight, and he'd do so by masquerading in different Halloween costumes. There was one costume where he'd be Groucho Marx, and then in a crocodile, and then as something else entirely. And in this movie, the killer's mostly in a clown outfit, and then in a crocodile outfit, and then he goes back to being in a clown outfit again. This movie has no suspense, and the suspense that it does have, it feels more like filler than it does actual tension building. All the characters are completely unlikable. The only two to me that actually stood out that I actually thought were pretty good were the magician and the actress who played Carney. Now, I don't like the twist that happens with Carney at the end of the movie, and I'll get to that in a few minutes. But yeah, I thought the magician character played by Tim Rosnan, whatever his name is, I thought he was fine. He was a good misdirection, kind of similar to how David Copperfield was handled in the original Terror Train movie. The actress, Robin Alona, I hope I said her name right, who plays the character of Alana, she is a poor excuse for a Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, the character of Alana won't go down as the greatest role that Jamie Lee Curtis ever did in a horror movie, but at least she had some presence and charisma. Then again, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. What do you expect? But I thought this actress who played Alana, she was boring. I thought Robin Alona was absolutely boring. Her acting was boring. Her character is boring. And a lot of reviews that I've read about this movie, they said that she gave a breakout performance, and I don't see it. I don't see this breakout performance. I don't think she was all that good. I think there are a lot of scenes where she's just trying way too hard, and it comes across as her pretending to be scared, as opposed to actually feeling scared. I thought she sucked. I thought she's one of the worst aspects of this movie. I thought the lead actor was fucking boring, and I thought all the actors playing her friends were boring too. Like in the first movie, this whole thing takes place on a train, and it doesn't do anything with that concept. At least the original Terror Train movie, it did something with the concept. It did things of being confined to this small area in which there's very few places to hide. The first Terror Train movie did that. This one, it wants you to believe that it's doing that, but it didn't do anything creative. I mean, it rehashed a lot of scenes from the original movie, but it did it in a way that it just didn't have no scare at all to it. Like one of the more intense scenes of the original movie is where Alana is hiding in a cage, it trapped herself in a cage, and the killer's trying to get to her. The remake recreates that scene, but without the tension and without the suspense, and it feels like filler. And the kills in this movie, the kills are so stock. They're so predictable. There's nothing creative about them. It's just stabbing, decapitation, and more stabbing. That's not to say that the kills in Terror Train were great either, but at least they had some suspense and build up to them. This didn't. I mean, the only thing this movie did, was keep the whole motive was have the Kenny character and using him as but the only thing the remake did that made you know that you're watching a remake was that it took the whole idea of the Kenny character being victim to a frat prank and him wanting to get and having the idea of revenge. Now, in the original Terror Train movie, the killer is revealed to be Kenny, who was masquerading as the magician's assistant the entire time, hiding in plain sight. In this one, it went in a different direction. The character of Kenny was never doing the killings. It was actually Kenny's mom. They went the Scream 2 route with this movie. But where in Scream 2, it was actually cool, and it actually made some sense. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in this movie, because how do you not know what this guy's mom looks like? You went to school with him. I'm pretty sure at one point or another, one of these motherfuckers would have seen what this guy's mom looks like, and it revealed to be Carney. Now, in the original movie, Carney was played by Ben Johnson, and he actually was the one who saves Jamie Lee Curtis at the end of that movie. In this one, Carney's revealed to be the villain with the motivation that she wants to kill everyone who tortured her son and cause him to have a psychotic breakdown. Like, okay, whatever. I would have just kept the whole idea of Kenny wanting to get revenge, because from a story standpoint, it makes more sense. Now you're bringing in Kenny's mom to do the killing? That sucked, and it was dumb. So yeah, this movie had a dumb twist This movie had a dumb twist. Not only did it have a dumb twist, it's just boring. It's boring to watch. Now, if you're somebody who was born in the year 2000, yeah, I think you'll like the Terror Train remake and find it better than the 1980s movie. But as somebody who was born in 1990, I don't like this. I don't like this. I thought this shit was boring. It's 90 minutes, but it felt like it lasts longer than that. None of the acting is good. All the acting is bad, with the exception of 2 actors. But even their performances are not earth-shattering. These special effects look like they can be made. Look like they can be made from the appliances in your kitchen. The costumes look like something you can buy from Spirit Halloween. And did I mention the acting is just horrible? The acting is horrible. The characters suck. And yeah, if I never watch this movie again, I ain't gonna feel bad about it. Oh yeah, and I hate the ending of Carney opening up her eyes and revealing to not be dead. Bitch, you are not supernatural. You're a real person. You got pushed off a moving train. Your ass is grass. You're not alive. So with all that being said, I'm going to give this piece of crap a solid 2 out of 10. The only thing and the 2 is just for the characters of just for the actors who play Carney and the Magician. Everything else about this movie flat out sucks. Well, like I said, if you're somebody who was born in the year 2000 or even the year 2010, you might actually like this movie and think it's good. As somebody who was born in the year 1990, where that Terror Train movie has some more relevance to it, the original one that is, it sucks. It's a poor remake. So yeah, 2 out of 10 for Terror Train 2022. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.